Today we're going to look at the word, and our word is theocracy. This is Word Parts for Word Smart, and I'm your host, Mr. Vieira, or Mr. V, and the V stands for vocabulary. In any case, how do we understand the word theocracy without using a dictionary? One of the ways to do that is to break the word into its parts. And we're going to do that right now. So we're going to break the word into its parts, and we're going to see that this word has two parts that are actually beneficial to learn because they're going to help us to understand other words. The word theocracy is broken into the parts theo and cracy. Theo means God, and cracy means rule or government by. So when you put the words together, you have theocracy. On an index card, I'd like you to write down these two word parts, theo and cracy. Again, theo means God when you see it in a word, and cracy means rule or government by. Take a moment and jot these down. And then I want you to keep these index cards as you collect and compile a series of very important word parts that we will derive from words that are also essential to learn. Now I'm going to remove them for a second, and let's look at words that may come from theo. So if I have a word such as theology, again, I see my root here, theo, or my word part, and I know this has to do with God. Logy will be the study of, and so theology is a discipline in which people study about God. But again, I can define this word by decoding it through my understanding of this first word part, theo, which has to do with the word God or the concept of God. There are other words like that, though. Let's take a look at another key word, and that would be the word monotheism. Okay? Now here, you can learn from this word part mono, which means one, or the same, one. But theism, we know again, refers to the concept of God. So here we have. And religions that practice monotheism are religions that worship only one God. Take a moment and write that down. Monotheism. And you can create another word part using the word part mono. M-O-N-O, mono, which means one. He spoke in a monotonous voice, a monotone, one voice. Monotheism. What if I got rid of this? This word part, mono. Oh, well, let's take out the whole thing. Otherwise, it'll look a little messy here. Okay, we'll just erase that whole thing, and let's go back again to theism. So now I have polytheism. Polytheism. Now again, you know that theism has to do with God, right? But poly means many, as in polygon, many sides. And so, a polytheistic religion, or polytheism, is the worship of many gods. Hinduism is a religion that has many gods. It would be considered a polytheistic religion. Whereas Christianity, Islam, and Judaism would be considered monotheistic religions because there's only one God in those religions. So you see, mono and poly both refer to theism. Always copy down on index cards any new word part that you see. Whether it's mono or poly or crassy or theism, jot them down in separate index cards. Keep a list of them, maybe even in your vocabulary book, and you'll be surprised how many word parts you will learn and how many words you'll be able to decode. It is fantastic. This is the easiest, fastest, most effective way to decode complex words, using word parts to become word smart.